What is happening? I'm gonna talk about some stuff. We can talk about some stuff. Let's see. What's going on, bro? How you doing, man? That's what's up. Good morning. Good morning, all those who are in. I really appreciate y'all coming. I want to talk about something with y'all that was shared with me this morning. And it's crazy how it came to me. It basically came right off something that happened to me this morning on the way in to the shop. So I'm like really thinking about it, and it's amazing that it's amazing how just some of the smallest things can turn into lessons that we can talk about, stuff that we can learn. You feel what I'm talking about? And let's see. So, yes, I am. I'm having a great day, actually. Oh. Really want to talk to y'all about indicators, man. Where are your indicators at? We have them. We don't often use them a lot, but we have them. I'm gonna tell you what inspired this. I was actually driving into the shop this morning, right? As I always try to do, meditate, and I was in the middle of a conversation, and the person in front of me almost stopped in the middle of the road. And when they almost stopped in the middle of the road, they just basically took the death crawl turn to where they was going. They just didn't turn on the indicators. And I'm just sitting here like getting ready to fuss and get ready to get irritated, because that was for you to go full speed, and all of a sudden you just stop, then turn, but you never put your turn indicators on. And and while I was on the phone, it was brought up that, hey, why don't you talk about indicators? Remember and then it stemmed from a conversation I was having last night. A couple of conversations I had last night, actually. And it started making me thinking, where are the turn indicators to let people know and signaling to the person that's maybe possibly following you, where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Yes, I have. Appreciate you. How y'all doing today? So, I'm talking about indicators because of how powerful that is. A lot of times, do we really check our indicators with our family, our relationships with our family? Do we know what's going on with them? Do we know what direction they're heading in? Are they stopping at the right time? Are they turning left? Are they turning right? You see what I'm saying? What up, Fry King? What are we doing? Are we paying attention to our indicators? Are we just, where are we traveling to? What direction are we going? What are we doing? And we all have indicators on our vehicles. What's up, Juvie? On our vehicles that we just really don't use. We don't indicate where we're going. We don't let people know whether we're turning here, turning there, or going straight. So we don't know how to indicate. Oh yeah, man, that's sweet of you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna come to your lives, try to support you as well. But you got to think about what your indicators. What are you signaling to? Where are you going in life? Where are you going in your relationships? Where are we going? If you don't have a turn indicator and you're not letting people know where you're going, it's difficult. Do you know what direction like I said, your family members are going into? Do you know, are they okay? Are you checking in with them? Are you watching the decisions they're making? Are you there? In essence, are you there with them? And see, because even the Bible tells you, especially in Proverbs, it tells you far as just seek wisdom at all costs, but it tells men what not to do. How to deal with immoral women. You know what I'm saying? How to deal with immoral men, women, how to deal with immoral people. It basically tells you to seek wisdom so you make better choices and wiser decisions. It also tells you to look at the direction that you're going. Wisdom can guide your steps. It's more bad. God said it's more valuable than any precious metal that we invest in the stock market. You see what I'm saying? All of that. All right, bro. You see what I'm saying? So when you have that situation, you got to look at. Thank for the gifts, Julie, and you got to look at where your indicators are going. Look at your indicators. Are you going the right way? Are you direction? What signs did I miss with this relationship that I got sucked into? Where were the indicators at? What did I miss? What did I not see? What was I supposed to pay attention to that I didn't pay attention to? You feel what I'm saying? How you doing, morning? So when you turn around and you look at that, like I'm gonna give you an example, especially in Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7, help you look at your indicators. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it. It talks about the divorce in those chapters, love your enemies, fulfillment of the law, all this type of stuff. All right, Red, take it easy. How you doing? And so you got to think. You got to look at the whole. You got to look at the whole progress. And you got to see the issues of where it is and how you're getting sucked into situations. What were the indicators that I did not see? What were the turn that was taken in this relationship that I missed, where the relationship took a turn and I missed because I didn't see the indicators, nor did that person turn the indicators on and signaling to me that that's where they're going. That's where they're going with this. And then we end up tending to take a ride to a place where we don't necessarily want to be. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to basically look at that and kind of dive deep into that, because that's pretty deep. The thing that we look at and that we go through is when you look at every indicator in your life, because a lot of times we end up in bad relationships. We end up in situations on jobs. It's clear that we end up in locations a lot of times that we shouldn't be, like, based off. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the worst indicators to use is your emotions. Your emotions are the worst. They malfunction and they'll short you out real quick. And it's you have to pay attention to some stuff, and you got to be in tune and locked in when you got to figure out where your indicators are. And once you figure out, so once you figure that out, once you actually figure that out, you start understanding what's really going on and where you're going. Because if you don't ever turn your indicators on, your turn indicators on, you won't really know where you're going. You have to figure out, okay, like a lot of ladies. Let me bring it home to you. A lot of ladies want marriage, want to settle down, so to speak. And a lot of men kind of have a lot of don't get offended. And don't get basically get don't worry about it. I blocked him. He good. I'm not getting into all that. I'm not getting into all that. You don't come in my live this morning with that. That's not the energy I'm bringing this morning, and that's not going to be tolerated. So we good. He blocked. He can go somewhere else to play those games. And thank y'all for speaking up to that because it was bringing my attention to it. What's good, bro? You got it, man. Think about your indicators. And what I mean is a lot of women, going back to what I was saying before we were interrupted, a lot of women want to get married, right? They want to get married. And a lot of guys kind of don't want to get married. Not all. There are men that desire to be husbands, that love being in a relationship, that love having that one single woman to settle down with and not play the games, if that makes sense. So when a woman that wants to get married, that treats her and carries herself as a wife, and she see that, okay, this guy comes in, he pretends right off that I want to be in a relationship with you. I want to marry, get married to, because he know that's a hot button with you. There's a topic with you. You want you want a steady relationship, right? So you've been in this relationship a week, 6 weeks, a month, 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you figuring out where we going. There's no turn indicators. It feels like we just randomly stopping here, or we're turning left here, or we're going right here, but he's never putting his indicators on saying this is where we're going. He's never clearly showing you that I have a direction and where I'm going. I have an intention on going this way. I have an intention on taking this and going this way, or let's stop here. Hey, guess what? I'm getting ready to stop, so let me stop here. Okay, guess what? We got a turn that I think we need to make. It's coming up here on the left, so we need to make this left turn here. So I'm just preparing you. That's what turn indicators are supposed to do. They're supposed to prepare you for the turn that you're getting ready to make, not just pull up on the turn and whip in or slow down, because the person behind you most of the time may be off in their own zone, but if they don't see your turn indicators, you might get rammed into. Because I wasn't really paying. I was looking for you to let me know and explain to me what direction or where you're going. And sometimes you run into accidents, you have mishaps, you have a lot of stuff because you're not having to correct your indicators on. And you don't know where you're going. And so a lot of women, after y'all have poured into a relationship and invested a lot, and this happened to a lot of guys too, they want to settle down and she just want to play right now. She ain't looking for nothing serious. She just want to have fun with you at the time, and you want something serious. Then that indicator is a shock to you, because that's a direction you weren't expecting to go. That was a place you weren't expecting to go. That was something you weren't expecting to catch, that sudden stop right here. Or think about it. Or when you think about how many times you pull up on somebody, they see you coming, and then they whip out in front of you. Something just randomly just whip out in front of you. Now you got to really slam on your brakes to keep from having a bad situation, because somebody just randomly decided to do something. Or as you have your indicator, you don't put your indicators on, and somebody riding you like this, a little too close, and you just have to make an abrupt stop. Bam. Now you're getting ran into, because sometimes you're a little too close to the situation. You might need to step back some. Good morning or good afternoon. You see what I'm saying? So what are indicators that we need to be looking for? What are you paying attention to with your indicators? Because there is a lot packed up. We tend to take the Bible and really kind of look at it as a book of theology. What do we look at it practically? What do we look like far as just taking and practice these principles out of it? Just you don't even have to be a Christian. Let me tell you this, real talk. You don't even have a Christian. You don't have to be a Christian to practice the principles and be successful. Okay, I got you. So you saying you must have a talk about expectations and coming in the door and establish an understanding? Absolutely. What's going on, Louisiana? Absolutely, my brother. Bro, that's good there, bro. But the truth is, we don't even have expectations in our life with our family. We don't even have indicators a lot of time with our family on what direction we want to go, even as a family. Cousins, aunts, uncles, grandfathers, things like that. Especially the older generation, sometimes don't have great indicators. They don't turn their indicators on. Sometimes they can just go with the wind. How I'm feeling right now, how I'm doing it. There's no structure. So there's no direction that we really going. We just, okay, I'm going to show you what I mean, how we tend to take life. That's why I love using analogies. we tend to take life as if um, we're gassing up our car. We just washed our car. We're off today. We have nothing to do. We gas up our car and then we just go for a joyride. No, with no particular direction we're going.
Jersey. While you out here doing the episodes and shit, you got Jersey still around.
You said to get a percentage, then how about that? Wow, that's good right there. So everyone, you say everyone always don't want the same thing, and that's a recipe for disaster. But we don't often look at it like that, bro. We don't look at it like that. We don't help the situation like that. We got to turn around and see what it is. And if you don't establish direction where you're going, it's gonna be you're gonna bump heads. You're gonna and oftentimes be in a relationship or marry the wrong person. Every time. And we wonder why the divorce rate a lot of times happens because we don't ask, like Big X said, like my brother said, we don't ask those tough questions in the beginning. We don't ask those tough questions in the beginning, like, because we're so scared. I'm very interested in this person. I don't want to run them off, but I need to know what your indicators are, bro. I need to know what your direction is. There's nothing wrong with asking them. You know what I'm saying? You may have to find creative ways to ask that, but that's a mistake. You know, of course, I was married once before, and that was a mistake. I asked questions, but I did not ask enough, and I didn't ask those deep underlying questions. You know, and that exactly. And all things you do get understanding about it, and that's just not on the spiritual sense. That is just like in everything you do, get an understanding of what you're doing before you do it. You know, I do want to desire to be married myself again the second time around, but this time around I'm asking questions and I'm really diving deep into stuff that I want to dive deep into, just to see the thought process. Because you know, even in then, as we grow, we mature, and our thought processes change as time goes on. But if you're talking to someone and they really just like kind of just flying by the seat of their pants, that could be a rocky relationship. That could be rough. Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm gonna address that too. That's good. So what I'm expecting is that they think that they're trying to set expectations on the relationship when they're actually trying to set a tone. Yeah. Sometimes that could be true. So how do you know if you married the wrong person? Is it just how y'all get along? Whatever you do for the most part in your when you know how, let me say it like this. You know how in the courting stage when y'all trying to court each other, in other words, I'm gonna use another analogy too. In other words, being a salesperson, I was in sales all my life, right? You have to, when you're talking to someone, they got options, whatever, because you know you're interested in them. You have to assume that they have options. You got to sell yourself to them. You got to be you have to give them a reason to pick you. You got to sell yourself very well. You got to sell yourself very well. Yeah, bro, that's cool. You got to sell yourself very well. And so once you sell yourself, you're gonna put on your best behavior. You're gonna put on try to show your best qualities. Hey, you made a great decision in choosing me. Hey, I know what he got over here, but if you choose me, I'm gonna give you better. That's kind of like even the combine or the draft. That's why the draft goes like that. They look at all the prospects out there, and the one that fits what they're trying to do is the one they end up drafting a lot of time. And so a lot of those guys be bust. A lot of those guys, you know what I'm saying? So, yo,
Yeah, dude. What's going
okay,
on?
listen, y'all. Y'all know I'm stupid right is in the building now. Okay, y'all go support this brother. Um, and
Oh
get
man,
going,
you
but
play too much.
you know, so go over if y'all don't mind. Go over and follow him, man. Uh, very funny dude. but also a very deep dude too. So I'm interested. You said you wanted to jump in, so let's have at it, bro. Let's talk. Let's go with it.
What,
What's up? What's on your mind?
what's
I'm
happening?
see.
Yo, man, everything that you say is on point, bro. I'm a widow, so I lost my wife about 4 years ago, a couple weeks ago. Um, my situation was a little different.
Right.
Um, would I get married again? Yeah, in the right situation. But everything for us as men should be about evolution. It should be about growth. What's up? How you doing? It should be about looking to evolve as men and how we deal with life and relationships. One thing about losing mine was the lesson that I learned is life is way too short. Um, the day everything happened, we were sitting together talking about taking a second vacation together. We went to sleep, and that was it. So for me, everybody that knew me with mine, everybody knew I was head over heels in love with mine, straight up. So for me, I'm kind of looking for lightning to strike twice, if you will,
Right.
because we be lucky in life to have true love once, let alone twice.
Absolutely, bro. If you have, and most people haven't even been blessed and fortunate to experience that once.
Exactly. Exactly. I've had people tell me straight up, I've been married 25 years and never loved my wife like you loved yours.
Wow.
Huh?
Something with a light.
What you mean?
It said something about a light somewhere. Something needed something about a light. No.
Screens, my room, closet doors.
Yeah, we know that. That's the closet doors. You know what I mean? We just
Because we always,
Love.
gotta order that. We gotta order.
always a good conversation.
And
Interrupted thoughts and connection. You with us. Look, the fact that what he's saying is true. Because you got to think about it. A lot of people marry for the sake of being married.
like,
Let's just say that. A lot of people marry to say I got a husband. And sadly, one of my supporters said, man, sorry for your loss, bro. You know, me and you have talked about this.
I appreciate it.
So that
But
that's tough, man. So you know, you guys,
what's up, y'all?
my brother, but a lot of people don't experience that, bro. They get married. People don't want to believe it, but there are a lot of contract marriages out here.
That's a fact. That's a fact. It's a lot of people. I know people got married just to get married, and that nah. Look, anybody listening to me right now understand this, and this is just me kicking real shit. Life is too short to waste my time. I'll be 49 this year. I'm almost 50. So anybody that I'm involved with, we gonna have to talk up front. Yo, this is what I'm looking for. Whether it's yo, I'm just trying to date right now just to see what's out here, or yo, I'm trying to go to another level with somebody and build something special. But these are the conversations that you have to have up front. What's up, y'all? I see all y'all jumping in. What's happening? You got to have them kind of conversations up front, because as a 49-year-old man, not a 20-year-old dude that I was, it was just whatever. It was gonna be what it was gonna be. I'm 20. I'm loving life. I'm doing what I'm doing. But at 49, and as I'm looking to the other side of my life, I don't have that kind of time to waste. I don't want to be with somebody for 2, 3, 4 years to figure out in the end we're not moving in the same direction. So for me, moving in the same direction as me. Excuse me. If I can't learn nothing from you, I can't fuck with you. Period. I can't. Life is too short. If you're trying to get in a relationship or you're trying to go to another level, you need to start having these conversations as a foundation. Where are we trying to go together?
Indicator.
And if they answer that question for you, gotta go. Gotta go. Life is too short. I need somebody I'm trying to build something with. So when I come in, I'm coming in with the foundation. And while I'm building the foundation, I already know what the first floor is going to look like.
Woo!
And I need you already know what the first floor is going to look like. By the time we start building the first floor, we should be working on figuring out what the third floor is going to look like. Not the second, but the third. So if you can't have people on your level to that level, you don't need them.
Well, I'm gonna tell you,
You don't need them. Everything else is just casual.
see, my grandfather was a carpenter, so what you're saying was deep to me because he told me that he would like, okay, a lot of people don't know years ago they started maybe my grandfather probably died, he passed away in
What's up, man?
2001.
Good to see y'all.
I say by 1998 I would still go over there every weekend. He had muscular dystrophy, so he was dropping off his health, but I would take him around and just we would go do stuff like run grocery trips, stuff like that, the stuff that he needed. And we would go through sometimes we would just cut through the neighborhoods because he just wanted to ride. And he was like, that's a prefab. He could look at it and tell. He said, that's a prefab house. What? That's a prefab. Prefab. That was a prefab too. That was prefab. I said, Grant, what you talking about? He said, those houses are prefabricated. Meaning, this house is already, basically, he said they're building these houses like Legos now. Their foundations are not solid. He said, a good strong wind going to come through and knock these cheap built house down. He said, they're charging these people more money, but they're building them cheaply. And so, to show you how crazy this was, how great my grandfather was. He built a house that my mother grew up in and that I lived in until I was 21. Nobody lives in the house now, it's abandoned, but the house is still standing erect even though it's condemned. The house is still standing because he built it right from the jump. You know what I'm saying? He laid the foundation, but he said before you even lay a foundation, you got to observe the land and lay out a blueprint. If you don't have a blueprint, and if that blueprint is off just a smidge, everything on that blueprint has to be exact measurements. Or it's going if it's right here and if it's off just by that much, it's gonna throw the whole house off.
Yes, but at the same time, while you're building this house, you can also make room for adjustments. This is where we want to go, but we're not gonna quite get there. Like, okay, all y'all, this is my dude, Man Code. I need y'all to go follow him. This is my guy. Great content, great dude. I need y'all to go follow this dude. But I'll say this: I watched one of your videos the other day where you had showed you putting the backsplash up. That's the day that I called you.
It sure was.
You were just getting done when you was in the middle of it when I called you. But when you do that, all of that has to be planned out. That can't be, everything has to be exact. There is no room for spaces and errors. So in the relationship part, everything does need to be planned out to a degree, but you also leave room for things to happen.
100.
This is what I tell people all the time.
100.
I'm gonna give you my spiritual mind for this.
Okay.
And this is for anybody that's talking about relationships. First of all, I'm asked all the time, X, why do I keep meeting the same kind of man? I have to answer that question. Nobody can answer that question, but I can answer that question. Let's go to school. When we were in school, remember back when we was in school when kids flunked the grade? Why did the kids flunk the grade? Because they couldn't do what was necessary to achieve what they needed to go to the next level, right? There were certain things that we had to do to go to the next grade, certain tests that we had to pass, right? So the reason you keep meeting the same dude is because God is testing you with something, and you're not passing that test.
Come on, bro.
And if you pass that test, you can't go to the next level.
No, sir.
Let's look at it like this. Let's look at life as a navigation system. For the lady that says, where is the man that I'm looking for? God said he's right over here. We know that the navigation system is a satellite, right? That sees where we're trying to go. And it gives you the destination to get where you're trying to get, right? Okay. So with that being said, my life, I'm looking for that woman, right? And God says she's over here. It's going to take you a minute to get to her because you ain't ready for her yet.
Nope.
Because I feel like when we get blessings, it's God's way of telling us that you're ready for what I have for you right now. If you're not ready for it, I can't give it to you because you're not going to appreciate it or you're going to mess it up. So now, you want this guy? He's over here. Let's go on this trip. We know, and anybody that deal with math say the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right?
Straight line. That's what it said.
So I'm going to start on this path to this dude. This is the guy that God has for me. Well, woman in my case, I ain't going. Anyway, but this is the woman that God has for me.
Right.
So I start on that journey. Now we know that on the navigation system, there are also construction. It's certain things that are put in our path that's going to kind of give you a little detour to say, okay, I'm still going to get you to that guy, but it's going to take you a little longer than you thought. So everything is about the journey. It's not, and everybody's in such a hurry to get to it. But I say this to everybody: if you're looking for a relationship, spend your time preparing yourself to be what you need to be. So by the time you get there, you're ready for the blessing that's prepared for you. Everybody's not ready for it. My wife used to ask me all the time, where were you 15 years ago? I said, I wasn't ready for you 15 years ago. I would have messed it up. I would have cheated on you and everything else. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I had to go through some stuff. I had to cheat on some people. I had to be cheated on. I had to learn lessons. I had to be ready to be what I need to be for you today. And if you're not at that level, that blessing that you get, you may get it, but you're going to mess it up because you're not going to appreciate it.
That's it. Have a good one, bro.
What's up, y'all? I see all of y'all. I'm running my mouth. The man code.
You like this, bro? You just said something that is exactly equivalent to what God gave me, bro. And I don't know where it came from or why I literally started putting it this way. But I always say this, and it's funny, you said it exactly, but we say it different, but the same thing. I said, well, you're simply asking God for a man or woman. Where are they? You asking God to give you or bless you with the husband that is for you or the wife that is for you. But I ask you this. Oh, that's right. I got to get myself ready and start making adjustments and growing and prepare myself for that person. So when they do get here, it won't be like this. It'll basically
Exactly. Check it out. Everybody that's watching this live between me and him, I want y'all to put hearts up if y'all hear this. Have y'all ever heard that woman say, well, the next man I meet, he gonna have to make 6 figures and he gonna have to have his own house, his own car. He gonna have to love God. He gonna have to have all this. And you ain't none of that. None of it. Okay, I want a 6-figure dude. You live in the projects. What is a 6-figure dude gonna want with you? Well, you ain't bringing nothing to his table but your kids and appetites. What is this dude gonna want with you? So my thing is this. My second question is, living in the projects, where are you gonna meet this dude? He's not gonna show up in the projects and have a flat tire and see you coming out with your 7 kids by 6 dudes. Well, we trying to see if the test come back on the 6th dude. We ain't sure about him yet. But but here's the thing. My thing is, as a man, I'm trying to be the best version of Big X that Big X can be.
Facts. Man code too.
I have to be acceptable for me. In other ways, to be accepted by somebody else. How can I ask somebody else to show love for me when I don't show love for myself? I had to lose the weight. I had to get healthier. I had to change my mind state, my way of thinking, not to be in a relationship, because chances are, if I'm not in a relationship, at least I'm not where I was before. I'm still that better person for me. So to be prepared for somebody else, prepare yourself. Be good for yourself. And stop asking these crazy expectations. I'm sitting here 700 pounds talking about I need a man with a 6-pack and bald-headed and in great shape. For what? You ain't.
I'm saying. So you saying, bro, so simply what you saying is whatever you call yourself asking for, you got to at least meet that qualification too. Total agreement.
Or at least be striving for it. Dude, I was 460 pounds last year. My doctor looked me in the face and said, if you don't make changes, you will die. So I didn't make that for a relationship. I made that for me.
Right.
But I'm better because of it. Physically, I'm better. So when you do have that person, you want that person that you can vibe with and be able to do things and live for. You got. I mean, look, health is serious in relationships. If you're trying to be with somebody, you got to want to live for them.
Ooh.
You can't just be out of shape, high blood pressure, overweight, and all this. But you want your man to be perfect, but you ain't trying to be. So why not the expectations that you have for your mate? Why don't you look to start to do for yourself?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, they want this perfect guy from all, I want the perfect woman and she got to do this, she got to do that. But let me tell y'all, the big part of a relationship, anybody can be in a relationship when everything is great. The biggest part of a relationship is, are you willing to put up with this person's faults?
Bro.
Are you willing to stand by this person when everything ain't so good?
Well, you bringing it.
Everybody wants everything to be roses, but what happened when them dandelions and weeds start popping up? Are you gonna stay around and help pull them weeds up, or are you gonna bounce on them? That's for real. So,
And man, something deep, bro. I want to touch on this. You see, even if you don't get to that level that you're asking for, you're at least trying to strive to get there. And most of the
yeah,
time, and see what we tend to forget. Like I've seen women do this, bro. A man will have 8 out. Let's say they got 10 qualities they list. I tell them, ask yourself 10 things that you think you want in a man, right? Just a man to have 8 of them, bro. And because he lacked the 2 that you asked for, you won't talk to him. Guess what? Here's what God will tell you. Because the 2 that he lacked, I'm gonna move these out the way. The 2 that he lacked, God said you were supposed to provide those to make him complete.
yep,
That's why he
that's
said
it.
those 2 qualities, because the ones you say that's missing, you were going to fill that for him and bring him up in those 2 or 3 or whatever qualities he lacked that you're looking for. You're going to fill the gap for the rest of them. But a lot of women don't want to do that.
Exactly.
They don't want
And
to
it's all about completion.
do a lot
It's
of men
all about what you
either.
can do for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they don't want to do that, bro.
yeah.
And let me
It's
tell
not
you,
the same no more.
when I say you dropping some jewels today, boy, my people over here going crazy. You dropping some jewels today, bro. Okay? 'Cause what you saying is deep, but yet it's profound, but yet it's simple. It's so much depth and deepness in simple thinking, bro. Just you
hmm
remember that saying, kids, keep it simple. Keep it simple. Really,
Keep
stop
it
trying to
simple.
make overcomplicating stuff that don't need to be complicated, bro. Why y'all
And
making
that's what.
out of first grade math?
But you know why that happens?
Talk
Here's the
to me.
difference. Women gonna love this. Women, I'm finna drop a jewel for y'all. If y'all remember this, in relationships in life, you'll go far. If you forget this, you in trouble. LA, I see you. What's happening? Ladies, y'all ready? Take your pens out. I'm finna hit y'all with one. And this is why what you said is very true, but this is why a lot of relationships fail.
Talk to me,
Ladies, remember this. All men are stupid.
bro. I'm gonna get with you on the. You want the jersey?
I'm gonna say that again. All men are
I
stupid.
can possibly get them. It takes a little long, but I can get them. Give me 1 second. Keep talking. Give me 1 second, bro. Keep
So I
talking.
say that to say that it's not stupid in the way that y'all think. It's stupid in the fact that everything for us, we like to keep it simple. It's not about men and women are wired different. We want to keep it simple. We want everything to just kind of the real. Now, okay, hold up. Let me back up. Um, I'm speaking for real dudes. I ain't speaking for the hobosexuals. I said hobosexuals and them other ones. I'm speaking for the real dudes right now. With us, we like to keep things simple. It's our nature, especially in relationships. We want to be protectors. We want to be providers. We want to problem solve. We want to solve the problem and keep it moving. Women are a little more complex than we are. You see things like, perfect example. If my girl comes to me with a problem, it is in my nature to immediately want to solve the problem. That's what you came to me for. My job is to solve the problem. We together, you having a problem, my job to solve it. the simple nature of us. That's the stupidity of us, the simple nature. Not stupid in that we're dumb. It's simplistic. Everything for us, we want to keep it very simple. So it's my job to solve it. But in a lot of women's case, they don't want you to solve the problem. They first want you to empathize with the fact that they have one. So that's where the divide comes.
Right.
We want it simple. Y'all kind of take it to another level, and y'all want to elaborate and expand on things. But as far as that goes, my thing is this. As long as you don't take a molehill and turn it into a mountain,
Bro,
we good.
bro, you in
Straight
my
up.
man, you in my notes, bro. I said it. Man, you in my notes, bro. Get out my notebook, man.
My bad, bro.
Get out my notebook.
You just had them open, and I just happened to glance over in them. And
Oh.
my bad. My fault.
But
Keep your notes closed next time then. Hell, keep them closed. Keep them closed.
Keep going.
Nah, but for us, a lot of things that we go through is a molehill. Yo, that's easy. Let's step on that molehill and keep it moving. We're not going to use this extra energy to turn this molehill into Mount Everest because it's not necessary.
No.
We got enough mountains to climb, so let's just keep the little stuff little and just keep it moving. So remember that we are simplistic, and I'll give y'all this jewel too. Every single man, Big X, Man Code, we all have a big three. All of us. What the big three is, it's usually 2 or 3 things that we value outside of you. So don't put yourself in the big three. You don't count. You're automatically supposed to be at the top of the list. But, for example, I'll use when I was married. My wife knew that if I was watching the Bears or the Bulls, she would not have my undivided attention. She would not. I'm not going. I might answer you, but that, yep. Let me tell y'all a story, and I'm gonna be graphic. One day, I was sitting here in the same chair watching the Bears. My girl comes downstairs. My wife came downstairs and was like, "Babe, I need to ask you." And she looked at the TV and saw the Bears was on. And she looked again. She was like, "Oh, it's 3 minutes. I'll come back at halftime." I then went upstairs and fucked the hell out of my wife. Just because she was willing to respect my big three. And if you find out what your man's big three is,
Yep.
and you respect the big three, because this is why the big three means a lot. This is our solitude. These are things that we enjoy. Some dudes might like cars. Some dudes might like sports. Some dudes might, Man Code cut hair. That's his thing. So find out what your man's big three is, because here's why. This is the reason that we're so simple. All we want to do is be in our relationship and vibe with our big three. If you can keep us close to that as much as possible, you will have a soldier for life. Period. Remember that. Straight up.
Out here, bro.
If you find out and figure out what your man's big three are, and you do everything as a woman to keep your man close to his big three, you'll have a soldier for life. Why? This is what I tell y'all. Ladies, you can rule the world once you figure out how to do it without bruising the male ego.
Oh my God. Well, you made me fly. You made me fall back in my chair on that one. Listen, ladies, we say this all the time in the shop. Y'all don't have to cut a man down to get his attention. You don't have to cut.
Nope.
Here's the thing. For all men, I'm gonna join you on something. One of the biggest things I'm gonna tell you, every single man, no matter where he at, from here to Istanbul, want one thing from a woman. The number one thing men all share common. Everything else can vary in the big three. It's gonna be respect. The number one thing, we don't feel like you respect us, bro. You ain't finna get nothing from us. We're gonna be out
Right.
sooner or later. We're gonna be like, whatever. Because that's the first thing we look for, because we don't get it in society a lot. And it's already bad out here. Then I gotta come home and get that from you, a lack of respect from you. Oh man, this ain't finna go good right here at all.
And number 2 is going to be peace.
Oh my God.
I deal with
Peace.
enough when I step outside these doors.
Oh my God.
I deal with enough. I deal with enough when I step outside these doors. I have enough to be concerned with. The last thing I want to do is come home to a place where I can get peace. My woman, look, when I came home, I knew what I had at the house. I was in a relationship before where I used to come home from work, sit in my car and literally smoke 3 cigarettes and wonder what this chick was gonna be arguing about when I came through the door. That's the worst feeling to have ever.
Bro, I used to have to smoke weed before I went into the house, bro, just so I can be like, make sure I keep my level down and not go there with her. I'm not.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's see. I see all my people up in here. What's happening, y'all? What's going on?
He smoked 3 cigarettes, 3 cigs.
Chain smoke, back to back, sitting in my car.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, man, what the fuck is she gonna be wanting to argue about today?
But think about it. This is what we're saying. It's not that we're scared of our wives. It's the fact that the Bible tells you that you would rather sit on a rooftop. It's sun. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all how sunny, how hot it is out here. We would rather sit in this type of weather on the top of a roof than to come home to hear your mouth after a long day of everything else, of not coming home to pee. If we don't get that, I'd rather listen. I'll sit in the car, bro. Real talk, X. I used to stay to the shop. I got to the shop at 7 o'clock in the morning when I was married, bro. Guess what time I went home? Just so I knew she was gonna get ready to go sleep. And I go home at 8 o'clock. I got maybe about an hour with you. Then you going to bed because I don't want to hear your mouth. I don't want you ask me these stupid questions that I already answered 15 times that you ain't making no adjustments, no changes on. I would find stuff in the shop to clean up so I wouldn't have to go home. So I know what you're talking about.
Been there. And that's not a good feeling.
It's not, bro.
It's not a good feeling.
And think about it, what was the worst? Listen, what was the worst part is, you can attest to this because what you saying sitting in the car is whatever you were when you at the shop. You can see I'm at the shop now. Whatever you were when you were here, you got to be a totally different dude when you walk in that house. You can't even be yourself. You got to make an adjustment and be like, you know what? I'm a joke teller. I ain't going to tell no jokes because she ain't going to get them no way. She pissed off. I don't even want to go there, so I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. I'm going to answer whatever question she got. I'm going to just be quiet. Whatever. Uh-huh. Yep.
That's real.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's real.
Yeah, we can go do that tomorrow. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't wait till my alarm clock go out so I can get back to the shop and be myself because I ain't feeling it right now.
For real. And that's what you want. When I come home, I want to come home to somebody whose vibe is on the same level as mine.
100, brother.
If I'm a joker, I want to be able to go home and laugh with my wife. I don't want to go home and now everything ain't gonna be perfect. And so every time I come home, I'm not gonna come home to a peaceful thing in the bathwater run. It might be an argument in there every now and then, just as long as it ain't every day. That's all I'm saying. Golly, girl, we just argued yesterday. Can we wait and just argue? You know what I'm saying? Spread them out or something. This is terrible. I don't want this. Bro. What's for dinner?
Yeah, I'm saying like we can't even, like, you know what I'm saying? You wake up and you mad at breakfast, or you got a problem at breakfast, or you texting me. Okay, think about it. Now I'm out here advertising. I'm doing everything I can to try to fill up my books so I can be booked for the day. And you call and ask me, what are you doing? And then when I answer the phone, you hear the Clippers running. What are you doing? And take a wild guess. Just take a wild guess what I'm doing right now. And look, I told her, I said, one day she got on my nerves so bad. One day, bro, what are you doing? I said, take a guess, and the first one free. And what you say, sir? Okay, a little off the side. And yes. I was just seeing what you were doing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So that's the type of situation, bro, that men do not want to come to. Like, women don't understand. Like, here's what I don't like also that is being done. Where in the world and why in the world are these women becoming tough now? Why y'all want to be so tough now? Why y'all want to try to shadow box me and try to prove how tough you are? I need you to be soft. I need you to be soft. You being lit. Let me drop another jewel. Hope y'all write this down. Okay, right there. I'm gonna tell like Big X told y'all. Y'all write this down. All women write this down. Y'all watching. Y'all listen. Y'all on the outside. The more of a woman you become, the more of a man it makes me become.
Facts.
You,
because to be honest,
in your femininity, if that's the right correct word, if I can say that, you being feminine makes me be masculine. If you want me to be a man in there, you be a woman then, and watch what happens. It's an automatic thing. It's automatic. It's a not X. It's a not Big X. It's not. It's automatic. You being a woman gonna make me be a man, 100%.
Because I'll be honest, the bad bitch don't impress me. Because everybody's a bad bitch now. Every female's a bad bitch. That doesn't impress me at all.
Don't care nothing about it.
I don't need you to be a bad bitch. If you're independent and you stand on your own, great. But you don't have nothing to prove to me.
At all.
I don't need you to be a bad bitch. I need you to be my woman.
We're not in competition. Why are you trying to compete with me, and why am I trying to compete with you? You are my partner. It's different being a partner and being my competition. It's totally different. That's a totally different vibe.
And then a lot of it comes into being secure with who you are. When I was married, my wife made more money than me, but my wife also allowed me to be the head of the house. Notice I said allowed me to be.
Right.
So it's about being secure with what you are and what you bring to the table as a squad. Because y'all doing this together. When you get married, you become a corporation. So all money coming home regardless. Where it came from is coming to the house.
Right.
So you're a corporation. So my thing is we need to win and we need to figure out a strategy straight up. I ran, put it like this, and this is what I tell everybody. When it came to my family, I drove the car. But my wife was the engine that made the car move forward.
100%.
For real.
100%, bro. 100%. And say, listen, I had to come into the shop on this one. Because this I mean, it's nothing you say. Okay, look. What we be trying to get you to understand, too, is the fact, though, true enough, God made us the head of the household, okay? So let's explain this, which I have done several times. You can go into my videos and find out. Go to my lives, past lives. Head means first example. It doesn't mean that I am lording over you. Respectful. You do as I say, not as I do. I am the greatest that ever lived. No, it means I'm the first example. When something happens, a situation, decisions need to be made. Everybody in the family down the line, wife and kids alike, gonna turn around and look at you. Okay, where are we going?
Facts.
Okay, so you the first example of how to handle this situation. Okay, well, daddy handled this and mama handled this with dad. So this is how I handle this from now on. And you're teaching your kids without teaching them. And two, the head can never move. See, ladies, we might be the head, but y'all the neck. So if I can't move my head without my neck,
Head can't move without the body anyway.
period. Period. Only time that you'll see, you can heads, and sometimes heads end up severed and in jars.
Good morning, Tammy. Real tough.
I'm just saying. So we got where I indicate a lot of this stuff. This is the whole conversation of indicators. Where are your indicators? This type of stuff. See, we end up in bad relationships, bad friendships, bad job relationships, bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of this stuff be bad because we don't look at the indicators and really weigh out everything before we just make a quick emotional decisions. And I'm gonna drop another jewel on y'all. Do not trust your emotions because they are fickle. They will change in the next 5 minutes. Me and him will be like sometimes as men do, especially when the tighter you get, when you have disagreements, you can make a disagreement last and turn into an argument and fallout, or it can be just what it was, a disagreement, and then you come together, come back to terms. But even in that, watch how your emotions fluctuate. Watch how your emotions fluctuate. And then you keep making decisions like this right here, and you wonder why your life doing it because your emotions here today, and 10 minutes ago it's gonna be here. 15 minutes later it's gonna be up here. An hour later it's gonna be down here. You making decisions every time you feel like that, and you wondering why your life's so sporadic. Stop making
Much
emotional
love for the
decisions.
Yeah, and then even on top of that, all them relationships that you mentioned, a lot of them are out of whack because you don't have a spiritual relationship.
Woo-woo.
Spiritual relationship, of course, 9 times out of 10, the rest of them really ain't gonna be in order either. And it took me a long time to get there. It took me a very long time to have that type of relationship. Now, to me, the most beautiful thing to do, I was raised in the church, but I strayed away like everybody else do. But my thing was, the most beautiful thing in the world for me is to say a prayer and then watch God act on it like that, and know it's Him. I didn't have that type of relationship where even God was telling me stuff and I couldn't hear it because I wasn't in position to hear it.
At all.
So a lot of times when you have a spiritual relationship, your personal relationship, your friend, your relationship with your friends, your financial relationship,
All
your
of it.
business relationship,
All of it.
it tends to fall in place. Once I got a business, spiritual relationship, I had a boss that I could not stand on my job. I did everything I could to get out of that department, but this is how God worked. He said, at this point, you're not ready to move, so what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to move them.
Ooh-wee.
So this dude got promoted to another building, and I got the boss that I got now. But a lot of times your blessing ain't about God blessing you. Sometimes God blesses other people to move them out your way.
Oh my bro. That's good there,
So
bro. That's good right there, bro.
everything is about
God.
relationships. Everything in your life is about relationships, but I suggest you start having a spiritual relationship. Because as your spiritual relationship grows, things come clearer. You get clarity in other things in your life, and you don't have to ask as many questions as you would need to if you didn't have it. Because you can watch it manifest in front of you.
And listen, man, I'm gonna add to that, bro. When we go into prayer, as you mentioned, here's one thing you got to remember, and I hope this bless y'all. Before your prayers mean anything to God, they got to first mean something to you.
Facts.
Before they ever mean before the prayer you getting ready to pray, before it means anything to God, it better mean something to you first.
That's right.
It's just that simple. Your prayers got to mean something to you. Don't be praying those pseudo Miss America prayers. Pray a real prayer. If your prayer means something to you, then it's definitely gonna mean something to God. And
Yeah.
then,
And be careful what
like X said,
just not you.
look how he moved. That's deep, bro. I'm gonna have to coin that, bro. This man said, God, sometimes the blessing ain't even for you. He'll bless other people just to move them out your way. God, leave, boy.
That's a fact.
You drop one in, brother.
That's a fact.
You drop one in,
I've
bro.
seen it. How many times have you been on the job and you had a boss that you couldn't stand and you didn't get promoted, but the boss did?
And move.
So now the boss is no longer in your immediate path. He was moved out of the way to make room for you to grow. So sometimes in life, I tell people this all the time. And I want everybody to think about this. If y'all don't hear nothing else from me today, hear this. Think about your closet. Everybody loves having new clothes. I do. Everybody loves having new clothes. But if you go to your closet, you got a closet full of stuff that don't fit or you don't wear no more. So why are you hanging on to it? So here's the thing. I feel, and this is just me talking, there's somebody out here who need to hear this. You're not getting the blessing that you need because God has no place to put it. You need to go inside of your spiritual closet and clean it out. Let go. Why are you holding on to stuff that don't fit you no more? Why are you holding on to stuff that you don't wear no more? It's stuff in your life that you're holding on to that don't fit you no more. I don't do stuff that 20-year-old ex used to do. So why am I hanging on to this? I can let that go. Let's empty out the spiritual closet to make room for the new blessings.
That's good stuff.
Why is God to bless you with new blessings and you holding on to old stuff that don't even fit you no more? It's time to let stuff go, y'all. That's why you don't have the man that you want. That's why your money is not where you feel it should be. That's why stuff is not where you feel. Because God is like, yo, I want to give it to you, but where I'm going to put it? I don't have nowhere to put it. So it's time to move old stuff out the way. Get rid of it. What are you holding on to it for?
Because you remember it says you can't even put new wine into old wineskins, it'll bust. It can't even contain it. It can't even contain it. And then you got to, man, that's good, bro. God, that's good. That's good. And see what we don't tend to do, brother, which I have started and begun to do, and once I understood it, when you listen to when it says, I pray, my fellow brothers and sisters, I pray that you be in health and prosper, even as your soul prosper.
We don't do a soul detox either, because a lot of these people, God cannot give you a soul, give you your. See, soulmate is not in the Bible, but that's just a term we use. We need to put together. But what I'm saying is, when you have a soul tie, you got all these soul ties. Until you sever these soul ties, He cannot give you the man or woman you want either. You got to divorce
Fact.
those spiritual husbands and wives in your life. You got to get rid of them folks too. Whether you want to, whether you believe it or not, you got to get rid of them folks. And then plus, when you in prayer, you got to take back what they took from you, and you got to give back what they left with you. Period. Period.
Let me ask you a question, bro. And I'm curious about this. I want to know what your answer is. And tell you how time tonight to midnight. Me and my people.
I'm gonna do a little bit of work, man, but I'm still talking to you, bro.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with this question though.
Talk to me.
You know, as believers, we're taught to take our issues to the altar and leave them there, correct?
Correct.
And the Bible also says those who have the faith of a mustard seed can move mountains, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So here's my question. If our faith is supposed to be that strong, now this is a faith question.
Okay.
Why, if we're supposed to take it to the altar and leave it there, why do we go to God for the same thing more than once?
Oh, because we took it back with us. We picked it back up. We didn't drop it off. We ain't drop it off, bro.
And you know what? That was my challenge for myself this year. If I had to go to God for anything, I was going once. And I wasn't finna go back for the same stuff over and over and over. Lord, give me this. Lord, give me this. Lord, give me. But you just asked him for the same thing. If you have the faith that you say you do, you're supposed to give it to him and leave it with him. Why do you keep asking for the same stuff? I'm just curious.
That's a different perspective, bro. That's good, bro.
If everything, because everybody talks about all this faith they have until shit get bad. And when stuff go bad, then it's, oh Lord, now you Job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh Lord, I got a flat tire. Why have you forsaken me, Jesus? You got a flat tire. Get you some Fix-A-Flat and go about your business. What is you talking about? Come on, man. But I never understood that. My challenge to myself was always, if I'm going to God and I'm asking God for anything, whether it's a blessing, whether it's for healing for myself, for somebody else, I'm going once. I'm not finna pray for this person every day. I already told you what this person stand in need of, Lord, so I'm leaving with you. I never understood why I hear people praying for the same stuff and asking for the same stuff over and over and over. That tells me your faith ain't that strong, because why you got to keep repeating yourself?
Absolutely. Like he didn't hear you. He heard you the first time. But see, the question is, the situation becomes that they don't believe that. Like, you're literally sitting there. If you're praying to God and you don't believe what you're praying, you just having a conversation. A one-sided conversation, because he does speak back to you. We are supposed to wait to hear him, but we'll sit there and pray and get up and move. And then we be like, well, God don't ever say nothing to you. Did you sit down? Did you turn that game off? Did you turn that TV off and sit there for a minute for him to talk back to you on what you need to do? No, you didn't. You just you prayed, got up and left.
That's real. That's a lesson I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn that lesson real hard. And I had a real hard lesson to learn with that. Sometimes you just got to shut up and be still. And that's sometimes that's literally, sometimes you literally just need to shut up and be still. You can't hear. And God ain't going to intervene in the midst of no confusion. Not like that.
Nope,
sometimes you just got to shut up and listen. For real.
And the most amazing part about that is, you know, they used to tell you remember what's going on? You remember the old folks used to tell us you got two ears and one mouth? Well, we do more talking than listening, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We do way more talking than listening.
My grandmama used to tell me that thing under your nose gonna get that thing under your clothes in trouble.
Woo.
That was her translation for I'm about to beat your ass if you don't shut up.
Let me
Much
ask
love for
you
the
this
check.
question. Let me ask you this question, bro, because I want to hear your perspective. Why do you think
All
we
right.
approach it like that? Why do you think we approach God like that?
It's different. It's different. The reverence isn't the same. It's it's not a prayer. It's more like you said. It's more of a conversation. It's a conversation. It's not there. The reverence isn't there anymore. You know. And sometimes people forget. You know how everybody that got kids. You know how sometimes your kids get beside themselves and their lips get a little loose, and you be like, you better remember who you talking to.
Right.
Everybody done had that Damascus Road moment, straight up. Everybody been knocked off that horse,
Man.
for real.
And it's so uncomfortable being, and think about it, you've been knocked, that's what the term come down, knocked off your high horse mean.
Yep. I tell everybody all the time, man. God has a way. Look, God gives us options. Don't get it twisted. You have options in life, and God allows you to have options. But I've seen situations, even with me, where God will tell you, yo, you can either slow yourself down or I'm going to slow you down. So here's the thing. Never in my 49 years have I ever seen God slow somebody down in a positive way. It was always, yo, you need to slow down or I'm going to slow you down. And sometimes slow down be a car accident. I fell and broke a bone. I did this, I did that. I don't know too many times where I got slowed down by God and I liked it.
Bro, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Sometimes, like you tell your kids, look, either you gonna sit down or I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Just as simple
I
as
ain't
that.
never, I ain't never took a good whooping. Never. They all hurt real bad, especially coming from my daddy. They all hurt. I don't want them. I'll go in the room and sit down. I'll be in there if you need me. I want the problems. He slowed me down with a ruptured brain aneurysm. Damn. How are you now?
That's real though, bro. That's real. That's real stuff right there.
Yeah.
That's
You do
real
the
stuff
same.
right there,
Appreciate
bro. Oh yeah, we
that.
definitely
But
got
that,
hey, we definitely got to get you on the panel, bro, and talk about this, bro. That's good stuff there, bro. That's good stuff there.
I got you. I got you. But yeah, man, I'm finna jump off of here though.
Me too, man. But I enjoy. Listen, I'm gonna hit you up later on today because I want to talk to you about the stuff you was telling me about. As far as
I got you.
designing and getting it together, I do need to holler at you, man. So I'm gonna holler at you. What's a
Did
good
you do
time
your
for me to
first
hit
one?
you?
Did you do your first one?
Yes, I did. I did my first one just to play around with. I did my first one.
Okay. Long as you did the first one, we good.
Okay,
I was gonna jump on you if you hadn't did that one. Do the first one.
I did.
Cause I will kick you in your shins. Both of them. Both of them. You taller than me. And I'm fat. I can't fight that well no more. So if I can't get you out of there in the first couple of punches, we got to go to the restaurant and sit down and talk it out. I was just joking. You know, it was just jokes. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro.
I got about 7 punches, good ones, in me. So if you get through the first 7, you got a chance. Yo, man, let's just go for a ride and talk. Shit, I'm tired. I tried. You won. Let's talk.
Right. But I'm gonna hit
I
you.
ain't good at this.
Well, good thing we ain't got to go through that. Good thing I did that first one. So, but I'm gonna definitely hit you up later today, man, and we'll talk about it because I'm gonna basically try to Google. I'm gonna Google Duo you so you can see it and then you can walk me through it like far as just while I'm on there.
All right, bet.
All right, bro. Hey, great conversation, bro. I can't wait to upload this one. This was good. You brought it today, bro.
Oh, no. For all y'all over here that's not following Man Code, y'all give him a follow, man. He's a good dude with great content, all right?
Same
Y'all
thing.
make sure y'all
Y'all
get.
go follow my brother Big X 1972. Go follow this stuff. Very funny dude, great content. But y'all can also see this dude. He loaded with wisdom. Telling y'all, don't miss out on what he got to say. Cause y'all know I'm stupid, right?
Bring fire to it then. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. Remember what we talked about with what I was sending you?
Yeah,
It was that. It's a different one. But I put it in the mail yesterday, so you should get it Monday.
bro. I'm gonna show Rocket Tuesday.
Oh, I doubled you up too. So you got that and something else. My man.
Okay, before we get off here, for y'all that don't know, we really do rock with each other. This ain't no fake love. Like we really do rock with each other.
Yeah, for real.
This is 100. This is real. This is 100. Trust me. So y'all who still on here, y'all sitting on the outside, go follow Big X 1972. He a solid dude.
He ain't
Trust
really
me.
my friend. Look at my stuff. He ain't, you see, he got clippers in my hand, and my hair separate but equal right now, and he ain't helped me.
I got you, bro.
I'm sitting here looking like Kevin Durant about my head, and he.
I got you, bro. I promise. I got you.
But anyway, y'all, happy Friday to y'all. Hey, bro, have a great day. I'll be waiting on your phone call though, for real.
Okay, I'll hit you up later, bro.
No doubt. Gone.
One love, bro. Solid dude. I rock with him. But let me go ahead and tend to my client because I'm the type of person I like to take care of my clients, so I don't want to be interrupted. But I appreciate y'all for coming. This was a great conversation. He brought it today. For those that y'all missed it and y'all want to find it, go to my YouTube page. It's in my bio. I'm gonna upload this one either later today or tomorrow. It will be uploaded. You feel what I'm saying? Let's get it. Viper Mike, I'm gonna catch up with you too, man. I'm gonna message you. We're gonna get together. That was a good conversation. We're gonna get together. All right, y'all.